Well, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you a tour of the shop, and I'm going to give you a tour of the shop now. Hello everybody. Hello Tony. Hello David. Hello all my friends. This is a little video that I promised everybody of the wood shop that Mike, Lindy, and myself have, and I want to give you a little tour of the shop now. So let's go take a look. I hope you enjoy this. Here's the outside of the shop. Front door, two sliding doors, one on the front and one on the back wall that you'll see. Now keep in mind, fellas, that the shop is not finished yet. We haven't had the time to finish up putting all the tools away and all that. But here is the inside corner. This is where the shop lathe will go. And here is the shelving that we've managed to put up in the shop on the corner wall. Three shelves. The lathe will go here. And this has all been now run with 220 and 110. We have several outlets that have already been plugged in. Here is the back part of the shop that has a sliding door, you can see, that comes down and locks. That way, if we need to bring in large material, we can do that through the shop door. This is something that Mike and I were doing this afternoon now. This is a clamp rack so that you can put your pipe clamps and your bar clamps and your C-clamps and all your different clamps on it. It will have rollers on the bottom and it will be finished up. We're just gluing it right now. We have to wait for the glue to dry, of course, and then the bottom will be done.
We still got more shelves and more clamps to go in.
We have more shelves and more clamps to go in. So the shop is not finished by any means. Here is the planer that my father was nice enough to let us use for the shop. This is a Delta planer, and it is a 12-inch, I believe. And so we have that for the shop. That's the planer. And of course, here's the end wall that has all the plugs run. These are 110 plugs. And you can see we've also put a little rack here for different equipment, tools to hang. And then of course, here's the back wall. We've got the 110, 110. Then there's a couple along here that are 220 that we've run several 220 plugs with the, was it 10-3, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10-3 gauge. Here is going to be a double joiner. This actually is going to be put together so that we have two joiners instead of just the single, as you can see here in the video.
We're going to have a 4-inch and a 6-inch.
So here is the one joiner, 4-inch, and we also have a 6-inch that we're going to be putting in. We're probably going to take off this top that is a table saw top because we don't need. And here is a little bit of a very small little drill press that we have in the shop, which is nice, you know, for very small little projects. It works fine. Of course, here we have a radial arm saw that has a stand on a stand for it, and that's hooked up. And all these plugs along the wall here are hot. Now here's the shelving that Mike and Lindy put up. This is 3-tier. It runs the length of the wall of the shop all the way down to the very end, as you can see. And we have in the ceiling, of course, fluorescent lighting, so we have ample amount of lighting for the shop, as you can see. And here is the workbench that's going to run the length of this. It's going to actually join to the radial arm saw and end out here somewhere.
All the way down to the wall.
Oh, all the way down to the wall, Mike was telling me here. We're going to run it all the way down to the wall, this workbench. So here's the workbench, comes around here, and as you can see, we put some pegboard here for all the little hand tools and things for doing more custom work and more fine-tuning work. Of course, you know, we need to put away a lot of the tools here in the shop. That's one of the projects we have left to do. Got a lot of hand tools and whatnot. So that's the little workbench area. It has a little storage underneath. And here, of course, it extends out and has a little island. Of course, you have the diopter there.
And the most important thing, the beer fridge.
Oh yeah, got to have the beer. Hey Mike, say hello to Tony and
Hi, Tony.
and David.
Hi, David.
That's Mike. Mike is responsible in a great deal for this shop in its existence. Without Mike, we couldn't do it. Period. End of story. Here is, of course, the sub panel with the breakers and all that hooked up. As you can take a look, you can see we have a lot of big 20 amp, 30 amp, 20 amp. Then, of course, we have 30 here on the bottom, double pole. And then up the side, we have 20, 20, a 20 single, 20 double, and a 15 on the very top. And, of course, as Mike was saying, we have the refrigerator. What we got in here? What do we got?
We're out of beer. I drank it.
He drank all the beer. All we've got is this terrible V8 stuff. Oh, cottage cheese. There's a little cottage cheese, a little bit of that. So, and inside this room now, maybe Mike will be nice enough to just open it up, take a peek. This is actually going to become the spray room where we're going to do
storage.
Right now it's storage, but this will actually become the spray room where we're going to set up a spray booth inside here.
It's actually a clean room. We've got it totally sealed.
Yeah. So we're going to be able to have the all the spray equipment set up in here, little filtration system, simple. So as you can see, it's a nice size room. It comes back in here. You guys can take a look. You know, here's the corner of the room. It comes
full
down.
Width of the shop and 8 feet deep.
Full width of the shop and 8 foot deep. Ceiling, you know, a little soffit that comes down. Mike has put some
we wanted to
little
make
lights.
Sure dustproof.
And dustproof. Yeah, that's one of the things that we want to make sure that this is going to be dustproof. Here's a little back window for light in here. And of course, right now, you know, it's just storage. But you can see it's a good size. I've seen some of these guys that do spray booths that are in their garage that are the size of a step-in shower. So you can see that this room is going to be actually turn out to be probably a very nice spray booth when it's all said and done. So you kind of get an idea of the size of the spray room when it's finished. So there you go, fellas. I hope you enjoyed a little tour of the wood shop, and I look forward to having some products here in the near future, and some of the work we'll show, of course, and we'll share with everybody. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And lastly here, of course, in this corner we have the really nice Delta bandsaw that actually belongs to Mike, and that's a very nice bandsaw. I was very happy that he has that. And of course, I don't have the shop lathe in. I have to get that in. We have some nice compressors, some little generators. Here's Mike's 2-tank compressor, and he was talking about they were doing roofing with this, and he was running several hoses and guys shooting with guns, and this thing didn't even make a huff. It was just cha-chunk, 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 just chunking away. So it's a very nice compressor. And so anyway, so there we go. And here's, of course, the little backyard and a little gate. You can come in, bring in stuff. And we're actually going to probably put in some, Mike and I were talking about maybe doing some solar kilns out here for drying wood. Because a lot of the wood, since we live in Sacramento here, a lot of the arborists don't have yards to keep wood in. And so what happens is they either have to turn it over to the county at a green waste dump site, or couple guys like us come along with a special trailer that we have that's like an A-frame with a little come-along, and we can pick up logs from these guys. And we're going to have a portable sawmill, which is it's going to be a chainsaw on edge and modified, and we can cut and put back here a little solar kiln area to dry and actually have our own wood for the shop. So, and here's a little side view of the shop from this angle that I'll step back here and show you guys. Here's a little angle, and there's Mike in there doing his thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we can't wait to get this thing up and running. We're looking at about the second week or so in March to have a lot of this stuff off the floor and up and going, and some more special racking that we're going to put up. Of course, the pipe clamp rack that we're having in the shop. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you, and hey, I'll see you guys shortly, huh?